What if a child could outrank a king, even just for Christmas? Picture a great medieval cathedral glowing with candlelight, the smell of incense thick in the winter air. The year is 1449 in Salisbury, England. Before a crowd of nobles and priests, a 10-year-old chore boy stands on the bishop's throne, wearing a tiny gold mitre and holding a silver staff. The organ swells, and the boy raises his hand in blessing over everyone, even the real bishop kneeling before him. For 12 days, the world turns upside down. This wasn't fantasy or folklore. It was a real ceremony, a tradition that stretched across Europe, called the boy bishop. It began around the 1200s in England and France, but by the 1400s, it had become one of the most beloved and strangest Christmas customs in all of Christendom. Every December 6th, on the feast of St. Nicholas, cathedrals would elect a chore boy to act as bishop. He'd lead real processions through the streets, give mock sermons, and even bless the people with holy water. Records from Winchester and York show that the boy bishop's blessing was taken seriously. Some towns even wrote it into local law that no priest could undo a boy bishop's blessing until his 12th day. Reign was done. Even royalty joined in. King Edward I is said to have given coins to boy bishops who passed through London in the 13th century. In St. Paul's Cathedral, the child bishop led services attended by nobles, merchants, and London's elite, all smiling at the strange sight of a child commanding the clergy. The idea was more than just cute. It was a glimpse into medieval social inversion. At Christmas, everything flipped. Servants became masters. The Feast of Fools and Lord of Misrule festivals filled the cold months with laughter, parody, and chaos. For a few days, the poor mocked the rich, the young mocked the old, and even the church joined in the joke. To medieval people, this reversal wasn't rebellion, it was balance. In a world of rigid hierarchies, they believed that laughter and chaos kept order from becoming tyranny. The boy bishop stood as a living symbol, innocence ruling over authority. But not everyone laughed. By the 1500s, the church grew uneasy with this holy play. Reformers saw danger in mixing parody with religion. In 1541, King Henry VIII officially banned the boy bishop custom in England, calling it childish and superstitious. In a way, he wasn't wrong. It was childish. That was the point. But history has a funny way of repeating itself. After Henry's death, Queen Mary I briefly restored the tradition, believing it brought joy and humility back to the church. For a short shining moment, laughter returned to the altar. By the time of the Reformation, the boy bishop disappeared, swept away by politics and Puritanism. But its spirit lived on. You can still see traces of it in Christmas pageants, school nativity plays, and the idea that the holiday belongs, at heart, to children. It's said that in medieval Canterbury, one boy bishop preached a sermon that ended, "If the Lord became a child, why not the church for a season?" A strange line, almost forgotten, but it captures the soul of the age. For 12 nights, the grown world bowed to innocence. So when you see a child singing carols this Christmas, remember the time when that voice could bless a king. It wasn't rebellion. It was a reminder that even in a world ruled by power and fear, there was one season where laughter was a prayer. Would you have trusted a 10-year-old to run Christmas?